qualifier too. I'm yeah, I'm having that post Indy come down that I've had for 10 seasons now, where I'm arriving at the Camel GT track on Saturday going, I did not prepare properly for this race. I'm so focused on. I mean, I've been mainly an IndyCar driver in Winston Cup, so oh well. Anyway, we got everybody in here. I think everybody sees everybody okay. Um, Going to get ready to do the pre-race drivers meeting here, guys. Let me double check my settings here and make sure I didn't mess anything up. Looks good. We had a great race last night. You guys can see it on the SCL Racing Network YouTube channel. The Indy 500, Tier Nizzle there, got the win. It was a fantastic show. As I said earlier, Cold got his first career points win in the Freedom 200 at the Trans Am Series on Thursday, so it's been a good week. Tomorrow night we are under the lights for the National 300 at Indianapolis in the Cup Series, and tomorrow also the Monaco Grand Prix. And I will tell you guys, hang around after the race. We do want to get a little idea of the possible entry list for it. I do believe that the pre-race, like the entry is going to open at like 11 a.m. Eastern time here. So that's what, 4 or 5 in England and in Europe, somewhere along those lines. But yeah, it'll be just like a normal race procedure. The entry party will open and you can get into there. But yeah, Monaco's tomorrow at noon Eastern, and then at 5 Eastern is the National 300 with the qualifying opening at 3. But any hoot, we're here for tonight. You guys are the ones who qualified through the bump qualifying. Welcome. This is the Laguna Seca Trophy race. It's round 4 of the SCL 22 Camel GT Series. Your defending race and series champion is WKK there, making his season debut. Your points leader is Tier Nizzle with 2 wins on the season. Tonight's race is a 90-minute endurance. We have a 5-minute qualifier at the beginning. So get out there and fire off a quick lap, and you take what you get. Keep it clean, because you are on the track with people. So you got to do what you got to do to keep it clean, but just take whatever time you can get, and we'll get the starting order ready when the race is ready to start. The first thing that we will do is we'll be rolling single file. We have all single file starts and restarts on the road courses. We'll be rolling single file. We'll go around one time. Everybody pulls into the pits. You get to put in whatever fuel you want, tires you want, all that good stuff. Then we come back out. We line back up in our, it's not a live pit stop, so you line back up in the positions that you qualified, and we'll go green the next time by at the start-finish line. The rules for this race are North American Tour rules. That is full yellow caution procedures. However, we are setting a flag limit tonight of 9 for this 90-minute race. Maximum number of yellows will be 9. Once we hit 9, it's green to the finish at that point. We did make it to that with about 30 minutes to go at Long Beach, so that's about a similar circuit to this, tight and windy. Impressed the officials and marshals, guys. Let's keep it well below that and not touch that limit and run this thing out. It's a tight circuit. It's very hard to pass here. When you're passing, take it easy. General rule of thumb that the officials look for is the show and go rule. Guy starts in turning into a corner, and you're not up beside him, at least up to his door. You did not have a line, because once a guy commits to a turn on a circuit like this, I mean, there's not much he can do. There's nowhere to go to get out of your way at that point. So you really got to line people up on the straights, get up beside them. If someone presents themselves inside to you, and gets the line, give it to them. You check up, get back on the throttle, you won't lose any time. You lost a position, but you'll hang tight. So just be careful, and we'll avoid the cautions that way. Caution must be a multi-car incident. You spin off on your own, it's not a caution. It's got to be something that causes a full wreck. If the guys bump a little and head off into the sand and then keep it straight and come back on, it's not a caution. It's got to be a full-on racing incident. We've got several marshals in the field tonight, so they'll be catching a lot of it. But you can make your own calls, but make sure they're legit. When we catch them that they're not, it's one of the quickest ways to get probation and a suspension. So as long as they're a legit call, if it was contact with another car that wrecked you, then you have a right to make the call. And when you are making a caution call, we want to hear, all right, caution, caution. Not you crashed me, not you son of a bitch, not none of that. Just say caution, because we do not acknowledge the caution, and we give you about half a lap. And if we haven't heard it, then you can all of a sudden say, hey, that was a caution. Or why didn't you say so? And then we'll say, well, I said I crashed. Well, that's not a caution call, and it's too late now. So make sure that you say caution. The field will acknowledge it, and we'll immediately start backing down. As soon as you hear the caution called, the pits are closed, guys. You go down pit row and the pits are closed. You take a minimum penalty of starting at the end of the longest line, and possibly a one-lap penalty if the officials deem that you gained a excessive advantage from it. So when if you're already on pit row, if you're rolling onto pit row when you hear the yellow, my recommendation is to roll through, because if you go into the box and the field is close, they come around, you're going to lose a lap. There are no wave arounds here on the road courses. So if you're on pit row when you hear that, I'd get going or just go through. We do not have pit road speed limits, but there is no ghosting through other cars. So it means pick a lane when you're coming down, left or right-hand side. When you're coming into the box, same deal. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to get into your box, you can kind of swing through. I saw a couple of guys last night in the Indy 500 pushing that a little bit. When I was watching the broadcast, they were going through a car parked in front of their pit box, and we're not going to get on you if you're turning into your box and you ghost through and clip that car. But if you just fly down the actual pit boxes to get to your lane, that's going to be a violation, and it will at least be a stop and go penalty. So basically just when you're going down pit road, you don't have to use the pit road speed limiter. We do allow full speed pit stops, but pick a lane. You're passing a car that's slower. If they're in the right-hand side, go to the left. If they're in the left-hand side, go to the right. And don't block each other like that on pit lane. Basically keep it clean. Same thing with blocking on the track. The car is, you're going to come off a corner and decide, okay, I'm going to take the left side line to block them. Well, that's the line you took. We don't want you swinging all over the place, and certainly if you're not side by side. So, just keep it clean. If you're quick, once we get strung out, you can start picking people off. So, and the guys that are farther in the back, they're still running for points days. The blue flag rules here are as follows. Generally, when the leader's coming up on you, you're allowed to race to stay on the lead lap, especially since there are no wave arounds. That does not mean if you're well off the pace, excessively blocking the leader, wrecking the leader, that's not going to be smiled upon. But a lap down car does have a right to fight for that position over the course of the race. With no wave arounds and the restarts in whatever order that you're lined up in, that is kind of the same for second and third place too, but a little less so. Once you've lost a lap, you don't have a whole lot to gain by blocking second and third. So, basically they are allowed to, try to stay on the lead lap, but once you get lapped, kind of take it easy. Once we get into the last, the tail end of the race, for example, the final green to the finish segment, which is the final 5 minutes, I believe. At that point, the blue flag's out for all lap down cars that are not, racing for position. If you're coming up to lap 2 cars that are in 8th and 9th, but they're right next to each other on the track racing for position, you can't expect them to just get out of the way. They're not going to give up their they're fighting for a spot too. So just be patient out here, guys. You get a lead, you run into traffic, that lead's going to disappear a little. That's racing. You know, keep it clean. You cause a yellow, you're going to get everybody caught up real quick. So that's all we're asking for is patience. I know WKK and I discussed we are going to allow you to directly enter the track coming out of the pits. You do not have to stay on that little access road. However, just like at certain tracks in the past, you're responsible if there's cars coming. You have to yield to the traffic. If there's people flying down the front stretch, then you stay on the left side and let them get by you. There's not much to gain, if you're not up to speed. They're coming fast down that front straightaway. Don't pull out into the middle of the track. Other than that, that pretty much covers it. Like I said, the caution rules we've already covered. You'll just line up in whatever order that you're in. The leader is in essence the pace car. And at that point, if it's been more than a lap since the last restart, we'll open the pits. And on a road course like this, and this is something I'm going to ask my other marshals, WKK, Rita, you chime in. Do you want to use sector restarts after the pit stop's been made? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could work here, but the only problem is with the sectors where the sector lines are, it's either right in the middle of a corner or exit of a corner, and then you have a sharp right before that. It's probably better just to do it in the front stretch where you have that long front stretch to deal with it.
I gotcha. So we'll just have to. I will say this is that when once we get the field packed under yellow, I don't have a problem with uh, picking up the pace speed beyond a crawl, especially if we're heading into the around to the opening of the pit road. Um, but basically, you guys got.
A good question, because what if I'm the pace car and we're about to restart? Do I get to, restart myself the field and kind of call out the green flag, or
Yeah, pretty
is
much
there
the.
like a line?
Yeah, pretty much the way the starts and restarts go, guys. We're rolling under pace speed. It'll be pretty slow at this track because you got the cars coming out of the hairpin onto the front stretch. We call it when the leader hits the start finish line. So what you'll see the leader do is they'll come around. They'll say, "Okay, we're holding, green, green, green." When you hit the line, that's how the leader calls it. The rules on the restarts is you can't pass to the inside of the car in front of you before you hit the start finish line. The inside in this case is the left. You can go to the outside if there's room, but until you've crossed the start finish line, don't go looking to the inside. And what that means is that yeah, you can't even go side by side. I mean, if you're going to pull out, you got to be completely behind them. You cannot cross past them on the inside. Now the exceptions to that are someone misses a gear, doesn't really go, and you swing by. It's fine. You'll probably hear the marshals calling out, you know, uh, I'll just pick a name. Daz. Somebody will say Daz went to the inside, and a marshal will say, no, he was avoiding the car. So usually it'll be all right. The other officials will see it. But if all things are fair and everybody gets launched, don't go to the inside till you've hit the start finish line. And anything else you wanted to cover there, WKK?
I think you pretty much covered it, guys. This is Laguna Seca. We all know how tight it is. Uh, Lap down cars. If you are a leader and you're coming by a lap down car, and you have a mic, just don't yell it, but just tell the name of the car ahead of you, hey, I'm coming, beware. So when they come up to you, they don't go, whoa, who's that? So just let them know you're coming. That's about the only thing I have to say.
Yeah, communicate on the track. Communicate and let everybody know where you're at. That's the only kind of communication we want to hear, really. And yeah, the rule on the Go ahead, Rita.
Sorry. Can I just say that please take note, everyone. The pit lane entry is very tight, and if you go in there and you hit someone and spin them, they will automatically be disqualified by the game. So just bear that in mind. Just take it easy as you're going into the pits.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in certain circumstances, if it was a clear-cut situation, it's possible that if you do that to somebody, you could get the black flag yourself. So definitely, be careful going into the pit row. Somebody's diving in there to the pit box. You got to slow down. As we said, you don't have a pit road speed, but it's a crawl 30 miles an hour to get through that first turn. So take note when you're making the initial pit stop here. When we roll out and let everybody go in, make sure that you know where your box is. Make sure that you have your indicators on and all that. As far as the last thing there, Shane was asking about the reset button rule. The only time you're allowed to use your reset button is if you're on your roof and the car won't get going. Other than that, you need to drive it back onto the track. That's the rule. So if it's seen that you do it unnecessarily, it'll at least be a stop and go penalty. So make sure that you get off the track. You got to drive it back on. If you get stuck or on your roof, then you can use it. And make sure and just tell the officials you're doing it. Say, I'm on my roof, I'm hitting reset. We'll clear it. As long as nobody's on the track, you can go ahead and do it. If you wind up on your roof, there's a good chance there's a caution out. Like I said, the flag limit is 9. I think we covered it. It's the Laguna Seca Trophy race. We're glad to have you guys here. And I think we're about ready to go. What's that?
I have one question. The caution, when it gets called, are we backing it down immediately? We're not racing back, right?
No, we're freezing the field.
Okay.
And the rule for position on that, guys, like if you're involved in a wreck, you can go around like the cars that are not up to speed, and then you just kind of shuffle it out. As far as like if you're up beside somebody passing, here's the rule. If you pull up to a car and you're going to pass them and the caution comes out, you had to have made the pass. You have to have cleared them in order for it to be, if you're side by side and there's a doubt as to who had cleared the other one, then it's going to go to the car that was initially in the lead before the caution came out. So just keep that in mind. If you're side by side, it's going to go to the car. All right. We'll set it here.
Let's get a good result here in qualifying and set us up well for the race.
Okay, we qualified just outside the top three, but we can make that up in the race. Good effort.
BKK fourth. Chano fifth. Good job, guys. All right, you guys have your instructions. 2 minutes to ready it up. Get your pit stop ready, and then we'll roll out. Make our pit stop. Pit stop. Good luck to you. Laguna Seca Trophy race. Yeah, we got you. It's not going to matter. You're going to get to come into the, yeah. You're going to go into the pits anyway here. All right, everybody get readied up. We got 30 seconds. We're waiting on, I'm hitting mine now. Yeah, all right. 20 seconds, guys. Go around one time and then make a pit stop. Easy in the corner.
Car right. You're clear. Roger, hit this lap. Two lengths behind. Hitbox is full. Keep going. We'll bring you straight back in. Two lengths back. 1 length behind. Still there.
Make the pit stop and then catch it.
All clear. Go, go, go.
Use your best judgment in that one. Finding and testing these, they found the best put out the access. But if you ignite it going to the bed in the box, you tell me stop. Get ready to go. Guys.
One left. You're clear. Left side. You're clear. One length back. Too wide. Left side. You're clear. He's 2 lengths back. 1 length behind. Still 1 length back. He's 2 lengths back.
Turtle, you're lagging really, really bad. Watch your plug. Alright guys, yeah, it's going
One length back. Just at your own personal best lap. Keep it up.
wave it off, wave it off, wave it off, wave it off. Guys started, guys did. Check your back in the position you were in on the restart. There's the bridge. know that you're like 3, 4, 5 car lengths back and don't use that front.
One on your right. Right. Clear. Car on your right. All clear. That lap is a new personal best. Good job. Keep pushing. That's your fastest lap so far today.
Want these 3 tires?
Two lengths behind. Just set your own personal best fastest lap. Keep it up. lengths back. 1 length behind. He's 2 lengths back. Half length back. One length back. He's still there. 2 lengths behind. Watch your mirrors. Still there. He's looking. One length back. Right side. 1 right. Clear now. On your right. Still on your right. On your left. Clear. Half length behind. One length behind. Still 1 length back. car left. Clear. Watch your mirrors. Right side. Still there, right side. You're clear. 1 length back. Still there. Half length back. 1 length behind. Half length behind. 2 lengths back. 1 length back. Back. 1 length behind. Left side. He's clear. Back. Still 2 lengths back. 1 length back. 2 wide, right side. He's clear. Right. Right side. Okay, clear. 1 length behind. Half length behind. 2 lengths behind. One length back. He's clear. He's 2 lengths back. Still 2 back. Two lengths behind. Two lengths back. One length behind. He's still there. 2 lengths behind. Watch your mirrors. 2 lengths back. One length back. Left rear. He's clear. He's on your right. He's clear. He's clear. Back right corner. You're clear. Lengths back. Right side. All clear. lengths back. Right side. Clear. Right. Still there. On your right.
That's a caution. Got the field caught up this time. We already picked up. No passing on the inside. Two more cautions to use.
You're about to lap back marker. Get past quick and clean. Car on your left. You're clear. Probe for weakness. Let him feel your presence.
Make a call.
Hit confirm, we got that, Wilco. Okay, mate, go, go, go! One length behind. Two lengths back. Two back still. Left side. Left. Clear.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Hard on the pressure, come on, keep at him. You're going to get past him. Left side. Okay, clear. One right. Right side. He's clear. One on your left. You're clear. Half length back. Left. He's clear. Too wide, left side. You're clear. 2 lengths behind. Fastest first sector you've done so far. Great job. One on your right. Clear now. Left. You're clear. Nice one, that's your fastest lap so far. Great first sector, that's your best split time so far. Nice one, new PB. One length behind. One back still. Good lap. That's your fastest lap so far today. Car on your right. Car right. He's clear. That's your fastest lap in the race so far. Come on, this guy's just in our way. Big push now, let's fight our way past. That is your fastest first sector time. Keep it up. Okay, you've got good pace. It's time to turn it on a bit. Let's push a little harder. 20 minutes remaining. May need to start defending from the guy behind. Not too far back, might make a move. 2 lanes back. Still there. 1 lane back. He's still 1 back. Driver in front increased the gap to 3 seconds, but you're still very, very close. Keep pushing on him, keep pushing. Pace is steady and consistent. We just need a bit more now. Come on, dig deep. 15 minutes to go. Personal best. Great job. That's your fastest second sector. Keep it up. Nice one. Going back. Nice one, a new PB. spec. Just at your own personal best fastest lap. Keep it up. Seven minutes remaining. No risks here, mate. Just a nice clean pass on this back marker. One length behind. Two lengths behind. That's good, consistent pace. Keep it up. We're on target here. Keep it up. Watch your mirrors. Car on your left. Clear. Minutes to go. That's your best split time in the final sector so far. Keep it up. 3 minutes remaining. Two lanes back. Still there. You're coming up on a back marker. Just keep it clean. You should slide right by. Minutes to go. One minute to go.
Literally ran out. I think so. Because I literally ran out right as I crossed the line. Is that what happened, Staj? You ran out of fuel? Yeah, I ran out right at the line. But you held on and got second. That's my fourth straight third this season. No, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. You guys didn't pit when I did. I'm not sure how you made it, but you did. What's that? One at a time, guys. Tier's the winner. Let him talk. What's that, Tier? That was it. Yeah. Yeah, I knew I was racing it. I was racing it so easy for a while there because I knew some of you wouldn't make it, and so I was like, all right, I can if I can just hang on and stretch my fuel, and so I did what I could. That's what I was doing. Yeah. I mean, no, you were going quick, Baron. Don't get me wrong. If I could have got by you, I would have, but 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 I was kind of being cruising. Well, hey, give the, well, hey, like I'll always say in that situation, guys. The the rules is that it happens, and you can say you can ask for forgiveness easier than for permission. You'd say Stas could have kept going and said sorry. I didn't realize, I didn't mean to, but classy move to do that, especially for the win. Because I'll be honest with you, I probably would take the win and then it went tier. I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to get into you. That's what I. It's a points race. It's a points race, and if you're a driver who has a good reputation like Stas does, you know that it wasn't on purpose. Then I probably would have taken it. But the fact that you did that, I think everybody owes you a round of applause because that's a classy move. So Tier gets his third win of the season, and Set spreads his point lead. Stas gets his third podium of the season, and I get my fourth podium. I've been third 4 straight damn races now. Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta get going there. There were. Yeah, I mean there were fast cars that got their strategy wrong today, and not just the ones that ran. I mean, those of us that ran out at the end, like those of us that ran out at the end, are like WKK. I mean, I'm not. They're not the ones I'm saying that because that was a crapshoot. Everybody's. All, I mean, I was in the same. I literally hit zero right as I crossed the line. But the fact is that there were a few other faster cars that they got their strategy wrong in terms of they were off sequence and had to pit when they shouldn't have, and that's part of these races. Once you put in some time and get some experience, you'll figure out how to play that. But there was a lot of fast guys, and altogether, like I said, not real thrilled with the first half of the race. I think the proof's in the pudding. When we had no more yellows, you guys ran clean. So if you don't want the rules to be shuffled around, we need to see that next week. The first couple races, we only had 2, 3, 4 cautions, you know, in them, and the last couple they've been rough. Now, granted, Long Beach and Laguna Seca are very difficult tracks, so it's almost understandable. That's why we're not going to jump the gun on anything. But some of you do need to be a little more patient. When the car's in front there, get into that bottleneck in the turn, there's just nowhere to go. I mean, even if you go there, you're going to have to stop. So, it just doesn't make any sense, and we want to see a little more patience. But altogether, last half of the race, everybody was really good. Congratulations, Tier, on the third win. Stas on the second, and me somehow getting a podium here. I still have no freaking idea how that happened. I would have been happy to be top half of the field. But good race, guys. I got a split, and we'll catch you tomorrow. I tell you what, right now, just so I don't have to go calling through the microphones. If you're planning on entering, I mean, I know most of you that race Winston Cup, but if you're planning on entering Formula One tomorrow, give me the thumbs up. Hit start. Let me see. Let me get a good number. We got Tier, Sir Race a lot. It's going to be, the entry's going to open at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be at noon Eastern. We start the qualifier and the race follows. I'll be in the broadcast booth if hopefully I get up. I mean, if I work all night, I might pass out.
See, this is why when I do the European League sports cars, this one I'm gonna do it like Saturday morning instead of so I can actually do it.
Yeah, well, Aram is series director on this one, and this is his day. So I'm playing if it provided, yeah, good race, guys, and provided that provided I don't get kept too late at work and I get up in time. I work nights, so it's kind of hard in the morning. But if I'm up, then yeah, I'm planning on broadcasting the race. Yeah, I mean you can. The event is listed on the community wall, and it should set to your time. It should read as on y'all's time. What was that, W?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about done. Anything final thoughts? But all right. Yeah. What's up, Baron?
Yeah, I'm saving. I was trying to Kozlowski it.
We all knew there were several of us that knew that the fuel was running low, and that it was going to be close. Yeah.
KK wasn't gonna make it because he pit before the last yellow, and I pit the lap that we went green.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Might
Yeah.
make that second yellow, so.
Yeah. I got to split, guys, but good race, and I'll catch you tomorrow.